What's up, y'all? Let's get straight into it.
It honestly makes me feel kind of sad when I see someone with really bad photos on Tinder, because it's like, how ugly do you have to be in real life for you to think that those photos were the good ones?
Shots fired! Shots fired!
This big back Betty really thought she was cooking in these photos. She got a big ass back.
I have a lot of tattoos, but the one thing I don't have tattooed is dumb bitch across my fucking forehead. So
You might as well have it.
stop acting like one.
How much money is in your guys' bank account?
I got like 1,500 right now.
I got like 90K.
You said what?
Like 90K.
90000.
Where'd you get that money?
My dad, he works for that company, you know that.
But he just gave you that?
I mean, like, it's like over time, but yeah.
So this whole time you...
I mean, you're my boyfriend, like...
But like you didn't pay for anything for the last 3 months.
Well, you never asked. You never asked. Like, I would.
I bought you dinner like at least like 15 times since...
I don't know why you're mad.
Like, what is wrong with you?
You never asked me. Like, you know my dad has money.
This is why we're going into our soft guy era, because this kind of buffoonery right here. Buffoonery, charcuterie.
Nah.
Yeah. How much money is in your guys' bank account?
I don't know, maybe like a grand, two.
Has Kyrie texted
And
you back?
men are just expected to just pay for everything. We're just expected to pay for all of it. It's so crazy to me, dude.
You have 80K? Who do you think I am? You have 80K?
Where'd you get the 80K from?
My family.
Gave you money?
My daddy.
You pay for everything. You have 80K? And I'm sitting here with 2 grand? What? Are you kidding me?
They aren't.
What the
I'm glad these kings were awakened at an earlier age, because, buddy, the grass is not much greener. A lot of these modern women still want that. They don't care that you got less. Their money's their money, and your money's their money. That's how it is.
What if, and just hear me out for a second,
When you're bitterly single and see the people your age posting the said yes.
you shut up.
What's your definition of a hoe?
Shots fired!
Brutal.
So what's your definition of a hoe?
Me.
She belongs to the street.
A hoe is somebody that
You gotta really think about it.
having a lot of sex, like simply put.
Running through
I
'em.
mean, that's what I think God like, and not having much self-respect.
Once upon a time, not long ago.
The fact that these modern women are like praising it. I was a hoe. Like, there's nothing to be proud of. Ugh, so brutal. Save that baby, bruh. Save that baby.
out here with the most audacity. My friend just picked me
Bro,
up.
your chest is so big I could play checkers on it.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
And I don't mean your titties. I mean just your chest area. That's very wide. You are giving big back vibes.
Because her man cheated on her. But when I tell you that this man was the ugliest man I have ever seen, I was like, este tipo fue un tipo más feo. Like, he literally, the ugliest man in Miami. Like, the ugliest man in Miami. And he cheated on her. What is happening? Like, who is he? Este tipo tan feo to fucking cheat
Well,
on
it's
her.
because you ladies think that we look for the things that you look for in us are the same things we look for in you. No, that's not how it goes. Y'all don't really care about what a man looks like. We care what you look like, so you better be fine. But y'all don't really care if we look good. What y'all care about is the cha-ching, the bank account. That's what y'all really care about, the money.
My friend, excuse me, what? Like, what?
Baby girl, who are you to talk, though? I mean, you're beat at best.
What kind of question is this?
I didn't ask.
Mothers and daughters, we don't talk about this.
Ma, ¿cuánta gente tú has dormido con? Ay, yo qué sé, me iba a acordar de eso y era puta en Cuba, ¿cómo me acuerdo yo de eso? Okay.
Am I showing off my boobs? Or do I just have boobs and exist?
I have a lot of tattoos, but the one thing I don't have tattooed is dumb bitch across my fucking forehead, so I need to stop acting like one.
So you're saying, like, once a guy gets in a relationship with a girl, she has to just, like, go ghost off everything.
It's not about go ghost, but it's about respecting your man. If you're in a relationship and you're still posting pictures of yourself all over the place and you're still making it appear as you may be available, that's disrespectful to the man to a degree. It's the same exact analogy. Why is it when I asked you, how do you feel about a for sale sign on your new car, you had an issue with that, and then I tell you that's how men feel, and you're like, that's toxic? See how it doesn't make sense?
You switched it to provocative. I said nothing about provocative.
It's an analogy. It's an analogy. I'm trying to put you in the shoes of the man.
Okay, so what if the guy's still posting the same type of stuff? The girl's just not supposed to care about it?
Men don't have the same market pull that women do. That's what I was trying
to... An average woman has the same pull as a celebrity man.
Described to you earlier.
Okay, so
you can take the most attractive guy, right? You take a guy that's a 10, right? Nice jawline, in shape, etc. He posts a picture of himself, himself shirtless. You take a girl that's average, not even in good shape,
in a bikini.
In a bikini, she posts a picture of herself. That girl is gonna get 11x as much attention as that guy.
If you don't like me, that's fine. But
why does she look like if Scarlett Johansson had a clone that was a little slow? Scarlett Bo Jansen.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
She kind of looks like that, right? Like a melted wax figure of Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, watch your mouth.
My mother-in-law says she doesn't love me anymore.
I didn't say that. What I said was, I wouldn't take my son back. It's your problem now.
It's the same thing.
I need him biblically. I need him in a way that is concerning to feminism.
Beginning of August, I tried roster dating because it's something I've never done before, and I low-key just wanted to forcefully burn myself out of dating. I don't know what it was about this time, but I did it. I learned something new about myself. I used to be all about that quick, passionate love. Now I just really want that slow burn. I feel like I deserve a slow love, and I feel
you don't deserve anything. The universe owes you nothing. Oops.
like that's something that I would want.
Most people have no clue.
Here's the thing, man. The universe doesn't owe you anything. Kevin Samuels talks about this all the time. You're not owed anything, ladies. You're not owed a single thing.
Is that I am now more uncomfortable with the idea of early physical intimacy.
Sorry.
I'm not even talking about like bedroom intimacy. I'm talking about holding hands, kissing, like him touching the small of my back or any of that. I went on like 6
It's PDA, honey.
first dates and 3 of them kissed me. And back in the past when I would date more monogamously, like it was like pretty like whatever. I was like, oh, okay, for them to kiss me, like this is pretty
You know what a lot of modern women are doing right now? It's just serial monogamy. So they're like dating one person for a little bit and then they just go on to the next person. They date them for a little bit and they go on to the next person and wash, rinse, repeat. It's just serial monogamists is what I would describe a lot of these modern women doing right now in the market.
Natural and normal because there's only one guy. But now that I tried dating multiple people, I just like noticed that my mind, like I was very uncomfortable. I was very not into it. I don't know. I just felt like this is not right. Like we haven't built anything and I don't know why you'd want to kiss me. Like we're just kissing for the sake of kissing. And I don't know. I really didn't like that. So now I'm more
because men are physical. We want to kiss you. You igmo. We want to kiss. Here's the thing. I'm gonna give you guys a wake up call, ladies. Men are taking you on dates so they can get the pom-pom. They're going so they can get in your pants. Men aren't taking you out on dates, spending their hard-earned money because they like who you are. I know that's a shocker, a big shocker, but we're not doing that. We don't want to get to know you. We want to get inside your pants.
About that slow kind of friends to lovers. I kind of want that now.
They all want this fairy tale romance. I met him at the grocery store and he was on the pasta aisle picking up the bow tie pasta and I was picking up the little twisty ones and oh God, this is why you women need to stop watching Disney after the age of like 8 years old.
Get to know each other and build like an actual foundation. Oh my God.
What is this man, a construction worker? Are we building foundations now? Come on, honey.
That's so good. Anyways, I want to build like an actual foundation between the two of us before we like venture out into what makes us romantic. I don't know, girly pops. We deserve a slow love and that is something that I'm going to stand by now. Also,
why don't you just slowly die alone then?
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Because ain't no man gonna go for that. We're not down for that slow love. If another guy hit it on the... Here's the quote. Here's the quote. If she's making you wait, another guy hit it on the first date. I almost biggity bet you. Don't wait, kings. No, the other guy didn't have to wait, so why should you have to wait?
I've always wanted to try this scent. DS and Dorga is now on Tiger Lily if you want to purchase it. I got the I don't know what scent.
We don't care.
After finding out that the female they took out on dates for 2 weeks and went back to her toxic ex, they find MGTOW and are going strictly Dutch if they ever decide to date again. Something tells me that this Here's a video of her going on a date.
So I'm going on a date. Actually, I think I want to wear this. But you guys, it's not like a romantic date. It's a solo date. But it's not like a special occasion or anything. Like, I take myself out on solo dates all the time. Can we just normalize a little weekday solo date and not look at it as an act of empowerment for a single girlie? Okay, I'll see you out there.
Her daddy must be a carpenter because that ass is flatter than a 2x4.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Got no hip. I got more hips than that. Dressing like somebody's mom. Where is your ass at? Who's filming you? If it's a solo date, why are you getting filmed? Why are they shooting B-roll of you being alone? What is this? She pulled that LeBron James read one page. What is going on? Is this a photo shoot? Are you trying to look cute? That didn't look fun at all.
Check this out.
Cupid
I'm gonna show you how.
None of that looked fun. None of it looked fun. You just looked alone. It looked sad, actually. All right, I'm gonna roast this girl.
You can't make this shit up.
Once again, I am reminded that the nice guy TikToker has a very predictable pattern, right down to weaponizing women. Now, there's a smaller creator on here who's been following the footsteps of his...
She looks like if Jimmy Neutron had a sister.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
She's got that big ass forehead. I mean, I got a big forehead too, so welcome to the club, honey.
Bigger name counterparts, you know, building a platform on empowering women, creating videos that fall into what I'm calling the empathy uncanny valley, because despite the fact that they're all talking points that women consistently discuss, there's something just off about them. But like all nice guy TikTokers, they inevitably give a take that they think is enlightened, but actually reveals their true colors. This time around, it was on centering men when it comes to misogyny at the direct expense of women and under the guise of harm reduction. I got to admit, this dude wasn't even on my radar until my mutuals had started talking about him. Oh boy, once you know how to spot a nice guy TikToker, they all might as well be wearing a neon sign. Now, what's really sealed the deal for me, aside from the fact that he's blocking all the women who's calling him out and all the men who are calling him in, is how women are being weaponized. The hallmark of a nice guy TikToker is having a primarily female audience. They will have an orbit of primarily female friends. These women will be used in one way or another. One of those ways is through weaponization. Now, the nice guy TikToker will never tell the woman, hey, go get that woman who's criticizing me. No, they'll typically use the sad boy strategy as talked about in the Colleen Ballinger video. They will deliberately pick women that they think are vulnerable enough to be weaponized as so, and usually playing off the areas of women's
the mental gymnastics you have to go through to even somewhat understand what in the actual HE double hockey sticks this woman's even talking about. If she spent as much time dissecting all of this TikTok stupidness and spent that time trying to find a man, she would be much happier. Honey, give up Colleen Ballinger and all this and the cross protocols and just stop.
Internalized misogyny and patriarchal conditioning. And just like once you know how to spot a nice guy TikToker, they might as well be wearing a neon sign. Once you're able to spot the women who are being weaponized, it's just as obvious. The venom that they have as they're going after the inconvenient, critical woman is so very specific. I swear to God, they all have the same speech cadence and mannerisms as they're doing it too. I mean, shoot, I've talked about this before and called it the Charles Manson effect. And look at the pictures and videos of the young women who are doing Charles Manson's bidding. You can downright see that they're just a vessel for somebody else's vitriol fueled by something that they haven't examined within themselves. This is not even a rag on the women because I've been there myself. My abuser loved weaponizing me for the inconvenient women in his life. Even if all I was doing was talking trash about that woman to him, I was effectively doing his bidding. The sad thing is that once the woman breaks free from that nice guy TikToker, she wakes up to what was going on and how she was getting played. Now, I remember when a certain, for legal reasons, unnamed nice guy TikToker weaponized women, including people who I thought were friends, against me, and how devastating it was until I realized it's not me that they're upset with. That they have that Charles Manson look in their eyes or in what they're saying. That's something vulnerable about them that
Cool story. When do you get to the part where you actually shut up?
Shots fired! Shots
Jeebus crust, honey. God.
And is part of a power couple TikTok influencer duo.
I haven't been home to see my kids for a while. I've been out of town doing some projects. I was in New York with the American Heart Association. I was filming a movie. I've done 11 stand-up comedy shows. And I got home and I was driving them to school this morning and I was like, hey, catch me up. What have you guys been doing? Like, I've missed you. Tell me what you've been doing. Like, anything going on at school? What's up? And Vadi starts telling me about school and soccer. Her knees have been kind of bugging her. She's growing and, you know, she's like, soccer's good, school's good. I was like, any boy situation? She was like, no, nothing's really changed. They all like me. I don't really like them. And then Drake from the back seat was like, oh, hey, I've got something. And he goes, the other day, I had a fart that smelled different than my regular farts.
Wait, is this the nice guy TikToker? I'm already over that.
You can be happy, you can feel confident, that's great, whatever. But what we're not gonna do is fucking glorify unhealthy.
You're so brave. Thank you for sharing. I had a similar situation happen to me. I'd like to share that with you if that's okay. I went on a walk here in my neighborhood because healthy. And I was walking by my neighbor's house and I noticed they were just sitting on their front porch. And it made me really scared and confused kind of because I noticed they were smiling. And I was like, there's no way you're happy. There's no way they're happy. They're just sitting there while I'm out on a walk. I'm promoting healthy behavior while they're just sitting there. So I had to approach them. I approached them and I said, what are you guys doing? Sitting here on your front porch while I'm out on a walk. This is unhealthy behavior. Look at me. I'm happy and this is healthy behavior. What you're doing is unhealthy. You're unhealthy. And I just kept screaming at them over and over how unhealthy their behavior was while I was extremely normal for doing it.
Just look at the comments. It worked. Women in the comment section are eating it up, especially post-wall overweight women. With comments like, every time I hear you say thank.
There comes a time in every...
Hey, he's baiting him, baby. Bait and catch, boy. Let's see. I've never heard of this nice guy TikToker stuff, so I'm actually kind of somewhat interested in learning what they're talking about.
Brave, I know something funny is coming. I am so glad big TikTok influencers like you are standing up for Mary. I love seeing all these creators coming out in support of Mary. Thank you for this. You're so brave. Here's a more obvious video of him pandering to the post walls.
Okay, if you're Scott D. Henry, pause this video and then watch it.
I did.
If you are not Scott D. Henry, this is none of your fucking concern.
We'll bleep it out.
Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I have your attention.
What's up?
Oh, sorry.
Is there any way that, like, you can quit your day job and teach a class on how men should act and how women should be treated?
I'd love to.
I'm 31 and I'm from Chicago,
Okay.
and these men are saying that they're like 30 plus, but they somehow start acting like kids. Like, do I need to change their diaper? Do you need a bottle? So if all the guys can get a lesson from you, I think this world would be great, and I think I would.
And the comment says it all. Top comment is him, putting the men on blast. We can call it men be better. And here are single women or post-wall comments. Scott D. Henry's boyfriend boot camp. Let's go. OMG, I wasn't expecting that. Aw. See, Scooter, you are an amazing guy and you make tons of people's days. We need more Scooters in this crazy world. You even get this unrealistic comment. Yes, all of this. And also teach them how to be gorgeous like you, thanks. And this. Scott, your smile is so beautiful. Brightens everyone's day. On other post-wall comments, I need a full university for boys to be taught to be men. Classes taught by Scott. His fans are so in denial and clueless, they think us guys who know their 304s are boys because we treat them accordingly. And someone like Scott helps fuel their entitlement. I'm not going to knock this hustle. These lonely females are paying his bills and he's living a 6 or 7 figure lifestyle because of it. He's a celebrity because of them.
Lessons in not crossing a gay man and his girls. So today is my friend's birthday and we were having breakfast and a guy next to us was like, oh, it's your birthday? Happy birthday. How old are you? She was like, oh, I'm turning 32. And he said, oh, that's really great. And then a little later in the conversation, he says, oh, do you have any kids? And she says, no, I don't. Do you think he left it there? Of course not. He says, oh, but you're 32. You should hurry up. And I went, ew, you couldn't fertilize a houseplant, you fucking gremlin.
Whoa.
Some people do not want children. Some people lost their child. Some people have the trauma of not being able to have children. Like, do not ask that question to my girl.
He looks like, what's that fish from Finding Nemo with the little light on its head? You know what I'm saying? With all the teeth.
Friend.
Whoever was that based man that triggered this homo and that post-wall bedwench, you dropped your crown, king. It's these feminist allies that cheer on modern women to sleep around. You'd think gay men would be more compassionate towards straight men, but they're like women. They have no clue how hard it is to date modern women because they only date men.
Mm-hmm.
They can get sex as easily as a handshake. So that's why they're usually happy and cheerful. They don't have to date modern women.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this gay guy in the video that shits on straight men, which makes the atmosphere for toxic because it really seems like he hates straight men with a passion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad his panties got in a bunch. Let's see the feminist comments. Top comment says, "Do not ask that to anyone. Wow, the audacity. People are ridiculous. I thought these are strong and independent women. Why is it that the feminists always demand that you can't say certain things to women, like ask them how old they are? I thought they wanted equality." A post-wall comment.
Equal rights, equal lefts, baby. You want equality? I want y'all paying for the date. That's why the soft guy era is so strong right now.
Literally the best part of turning 40 was that people, mostly strangers, finally stopped telling me to have children.
Look at her, just looking, a little gremlin looking ass.
That's massive cope, because she's not reminded every time someone asks that she's a leftover woman. A new post-wall comments, "Thank you. I just turned 35 and was struggling with that. I dread when people ask me that question and then they ask what we're doing to help it." She dreads it because she has to face the consequences of her sleeping around in her 20s instead of locking down the best man she was qualified for. I hope she adopted some cats because she has 40 plus years of being single ahead of her.
If they wanna leave, then shake their hand and let them go. It's gonna be hard to, but if they loved you, darling, you'd know.
When these modern women offer nothing to Chad and Tyrone besides the bedroom, and they hook up with him, which disqualifies them from a real relationship, he's going to move on because there's plenty like her. Maybe if she spent more time cleaning and cooking for the 10% male than on TikTok, he'd be more loyal. But because she's easily replaceable and basic like the rest of the Starbucks drinking thoughts, he'll cheat in her face. And just wait till the wall comes sweet cheeks and you can't get free relationship benefits. It will be like this for the rest of your life, except there will be no man to break your heart because he's gone MGTOW. As always, I wish
Bro, it's just that video at the end kind of took a turn. I don't know if you guys noticed, like my reaction, I was like, what? Where are we headed with this? I thought we were on this modern women train, and then he like brought in this dude who's like a pander bear. But hey, I can't knock the hustle, you know what I mean? Like, most of my community's men because we talk about dating and modern women and soft guy era and things like that. So women usually don't give two shats about that, which, hey, it is what it is, you know. But I'm not pandering to women. I make content for men because I'm a guy. I consume content that's created by men. I don't consume content that's created by women most of the time. Not that I don't like it. It's just some of it's whack like that.
I used to cry when I saw that you weren't there.
It's like what? What? Because here's the thing. 10% of the men run through 90% of the women, right? We all know that. So 10% of the men are responsible for 90% of the trauma amongst those women. It's just funny to me that these women think they can go get plowed by Chad and Tyrone, and then they can go out there and find a good guy that's willing to take them serious and say, hey, you know what? I know you've had miles of pain ran through you. Let me be your white knight. Let me be your knight in shining armor, and let me take care of you. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I know me as a guy, I was like, one of the things I'm looking for in a girl that I'm going to take serious is a low body count. I do not want a girl that's been ran. I do not want a girl that has a ton of mileage, because the more promiscuous you are, the more likely you are to jump on me and then jump to the next one. You always compare your present to the past and the future. As Kevin Samuels would say, R.I.P. the Godfather, if you make the men of your present pay for the mistakes and trauma of the men in your past, there will be no future. And that's what a lot of these women do. They compare their present relationships with the guys that they've had or they could have had and go, oh, he's not good enough. I'm going to go on to the next one. They just monkey branch over to the next one, over to the next one, over to the next one. And that's the problem. That's why so many women are so promiscuous these days, and it's not a bad thing. They're like, it's okay that you're promiscuous. It's fine, girl. Go out there and get that mileage. Go out there and get it. When at the end of the day, you should not be doing that. I know there's no studies or anything that say the higher body count you have, the more likely it is that your pair bonding is a lot lower. But we do know that oxytocin and certain chemicals are produced in the brain, especially for a woman when she does have sex, that the more you do it, the more, I guess, what's the best word for it? The more you are, it's not as strong the next time. It's like weakened every time, right? There's certain chemicals that when they're produced, they're supposed to be produced just a few times. They're not supposed to be produced a lot. So I'd love to see a study, though, that they came out with people. It's like the higher the body count, the lower the pair bonding. But I just don't think there's a direct study. If there is, please let me know. Drop it in the comments. Let me know. I just don't think there is a study like that. Appreciate you guys. We just hit 7,100 subs. We're like we're gaining some major momentum right now. The traction has been great. We've got our heels in the dirt. We're running uphill. 7,100 subs. We just hit 7K subs. I really do appreciate you guys. You guys have been awesome. The love has been real. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.